case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The 1989 case of Byrd v. Richardson-Greenshields Securities, Inc., brought before the Florida Supreme Court, set a precedent that had a major impact on the way employers deal with sexual harassment claims in the workplace. The case revolved around whether a workers' compensation scheme could restrict an employee's right to sue for sexual harassment, a question that triggered a substantial legal debate. The seeds of this case trace back to an incident in Schwartz v. Zippy Mart, Inc. Male employees were accused of sexually harassing their female coworkers during working hours. The aggrieved women were left distressed and stressed by the continuous verbal and physical advances. They initiated a lawsuit, only to have their case dismissed by the trial court and later by the Second District, under the argument that workers' compensation provided the only remedy for the affected employees. The Florida Supreme Court decided to intervene, following an appeal. Ruling against the lower court's interpretation of the workers' compensation statute as an all-encompassing remedy, the Supreme Court declared that a victim of sexual harassment could indeed sue an employer outside of the workers' compensation scheme, relying on laws that expressly prohibit such conduct. According to the court, the definition of employer under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which considers the owner and their agents alike, might be influential while interpreting the Florida law. This welcome ruling established that claims of assault, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and specific types of battery related to sexual harassment could not be shielded through workers' compensation statutes. The higher court thereby refuted the exclusivity rule argument, spotlighting the fundamental policies against sexual harassment. Despite the ruling, the Florida Supreme Court refrained from expressing an opinion on whether the allegations in the case were sufficient to form a common law cause of action. They quashed the preceding verdict and sent the case back for further hearing. Overall, this landmark case clarified that the victims of sexual harassment in the workplace have a rightful avenue to seek legal recourse beyond workers' compensation claims.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind, leave the stress of class.